Hello. Hope you're all keeping well, folks. Simon Kitchen here for Giants TV on Belfast Giants Facebook and YouTube channels. We're just want to bring a bit of fun to it. We've been locked down for far too long, 11 weeks now. Not that I'm counting or anything, but we just wanted to have a little bit of fun and put together, get a little bit of interest going for you at home. So if you are at home, get yourself a bit of paper and a pen. That's for the old timers, but for the people who are tech savvy, we want you to add in your answers at the bottom of the screen. So we're putting on YouTube live. It's going to be on Facebook live as well. So join in when you can. We're going to have a bit of fun tonight on our lockdown quiz. 7 rounds of questions, 8 questions in each round. And as I say, it's just for a bit of fun. I'm going to get a couple of familiar faces to join us throughout the show itself. Hopefully, we can pick up a few guys along the way, and we can have a bit of fun, as I say. So the Giants Lockdown Quiz, 7 rounds, 8 questions each. Let us know how you get on throughout the show itself, and obviously at the end of the show, type at the bottom of the box and let us know if you got how many questions you got right. We need you to be honest with us. We know not everybody's going to get every question right. We're not all me, but hopefully we can do that together and we'll have a bit of crack. Okay, first round, all based on the Elite League last season, 2019-2020. So, question number 1. Which 2 teams were involved in the first league game of the season? A, Guildford and Nottingham, B, Belfast and Cardiff, or C, Sheffield and Glasgow? You've got 15 seconds starting now. A, Guildford, Nottingham, B, Belfast, Cardiff, C, Sheffield, Glasgow. 5 seconds left. And your time is up. The answer is A, Guildford versus Nottingham. 3-1 win back on the 7th of September. Question 2. During the regular season, how many games went to overtime? A, 14, B, 20, or C, 36? You're on the clock. A, 14, B, 20, or C, 36? You've got 5 seconds left. And your time's up, folks. Overtime games last season, 36 in total. Question number 3. The Sheffield Steelers led the way in goals during the regular season, but how many league goals did they score? A, 180, B, 302, or C, 211? Clock starts. A, 180, B, 302, or C, 211? Sheffield Steelers goals last season. They scored a lot of them, and their time's up. It's C, 211. Question number 4. The Glasgow Clan conceded more goals than any other team in the league. How many did they concede? A, 240. Was it B, 181? Or C, 132? Clock starts now. Glasgow Clan conceded more goals than any other team. How many did they concede? A, 240, B, 181, or C, 132? And of course, the answer is B, 181. Okay, question number 5. Which player led the way in goals scored this season? Or last season, 1920. Still thinking about it. Is it A, Luke Ferrara, B, Brendan Connolly, or C, Sam Hare? Clock starts now. 15 seconds on the clock. Coventry's Luke Ferrara, Sheffield's Brendan Connolly, or Nottingham's Sam Hare? Who scored the most goals? What many goals do you think he scored as well? Time's up, folks. The answer, of course, was the GB international Luke Ferrara. He got 33 goals for Coventry. Guy was on fire last season. Question number 6. Playing over 10 league games. So to get the question right, the goalie had to play more than 10 league games itself. Which goalie had the best save percentage during the season? League games only. A, Shane Owen. B, CJ Mott. Or C, Kevin Carr? Time starts now. So playing over 10 games, which goalie had the best save percentage during the season in league games only? Was it Belfast Shane Owen, Coventry CJ Mott, or Nottingham Panthers Kevin Carr? The answer, Coventry Blaze CJ Mott, 92.68%. Played very well when he came in during the season around about November time. Okay, question number 7. Out of 241 league games completed last season, how many shutouts were recorded? A, 16. Was it B, 28? Or was it C, 20? Time starts now. 241 league games played, how many shutouts recorded? A, 16. B, 28. Or C, 20? You've got 5 seconds left. Okay, your time's up, folks. The answer, of course, was C, with 20 shutouts. Kevin Carr led the way with 4 of them. He played pretty well for the Panthers this year. Okay, last question in this round. Question number 8. 2 games in October finished 8-6. 8-6, 14 goals. Cardiff beat Dundee in one of those games, but who did Coventry beat in the other one? So Cardiff beat Dundee. Who did Coventry beat in the other one? A, Glasgow Clan. B, Guildford Flames. Or C, Fife Flyers. Your time starts now. 8-6, 2 games in October. Cardiff beat Dundee in one. Coventry beat somebody else in the other one. Was it A, the Clan, B, the Flames, or C, the Fife Flyers? Your time's up. That's that round finished. And the answer for the last question in round 1 was A, the Glasgow Clan. Okay, let's do a quick recap of the first round, round number 1. The answer to question 1 of round 1 was the Guildford and Nottingham with a 3-1 scoreline. The question 2 answer, 36. Question number 3, the answer was 211. Sheffield were absolutely on fire with goals this year. Question number 4, the Clan conceded a lot, and they conceded 181 in league action only. That was only up until the lockout was finished. Question number 5, Luke Ferrara, 33 goals for the Coventry Blaze. Question number 6, again, Coventry Blaze player CJ Mott, 92.68% in the save percentage. Absolutely fantastic for last year. Question number 7, 20 shutouts were shared throughout the league out of 241 games played, with Kevin Carr leading 4 of them. And the last question, question 8 in round 1, the answer is Glasgow Clan. Okay, round 2 now. You should all get every one of these answers right because they're all based on your team, the Belfast Giants. You might get a few strangers joining our party tonight, but the first round was the AHL. The second round is only Belfast Giants, and it's all based on last season, which is the 1920 season. So let's get stuck into it. Question number 1. Who was the Giants' leading goal scorer last season? The leading goal scorer for Belfast Giants last season, 1920. Was it Liam Reddicks? Was it Curtis Hamilton? Or was it C, Elgin Pearce? Time starts now. Who scored more goals last season for the Giants in total? All competitions. Reddicks for A, B for Hamilton, or C for Elgin Pearce. You have 5 seconds left. Your time's up, folks. It was B, Curtis Hamilton, 20 goals scored. Question number 2. Who led the team in assists last season? So who led the team in assists last season? A, Ben Lake. Was it B, Bobby Farnham? Or was it C, Jordan Smotherman? 15 seconds on the clock. Who led the team in assists last season? A, Ben Lake. B, Bobby Farnham. Or C, Jordan Smotherman? 3 seconds left. And your time is up. The answer, of course, with 31 assists was Jordan Smotherman. Question number 3 now. Who scored the last goal for the Giants last season? Who scored the last goal of the season, taking into consideration lockdown? Was it A, Elgin Pearce? Was it B, David Goodwin? Or was it C, Bobby Farnham? Start the clock. Who scored the last goal for the Giants last season? I'll give you a clue. It was against Fife Flyers. Elgin Pearce, A. B. David Goodwin. Or C. Bobby Farnham. Your time's up, folks. And it was, of course, David Goodwin. He got 2 goals that night. He scored the first one and the last one in the 3-1 victory against the Fife Flyers. Question number 4. Who led the team in power play goals last season? A. Liam Morgan. B. Curtis Leonard. Or C. Brian Ward. 15 seconds on the clock. Power play goals last season. Who scored the most for the Giants? Was it Liam Morgan with A, B, Curtis Leonard, or C, Brian Ward? You have 4 seconds left. The time's up. Liam Morgan with 6 power play goals last season, putting up impressive totals early on. Question number 5. How many shorthanded goals did the Giants score last season? Shorthanded goals only. Was it A, 2? Was it B, 4? Or C, 7? Start the clock. Shorthanded goals. How many did the Giants get last year? A, 2, B, 4, or C, 7? 5 seconds left, folks. Time's up. The answer was 7. 7 goals on the shorthand last season with the man in the box, or potentially 2 men in the box. Question number 6 now. Who scored the most game-winning goals last season? Game-winning goals only. A, Jordan Smotherman. Was it B, Brian Ward? Or was it C, Bobby Farnham? 15 seconds on the clock. The countdown's off and running. A, Jordan Smotherman. B, Brian Ward. Or C, Bobby Farnham. Game-winning goals. 3 seconds left. Time's up. Pencils down. Was A, Jordan Smotherman with 5 game-winning goals. Okay, question number 7. How many players played for the Giants last season, including goaltenders? A, 25. Was it B, 20? Or was it C, 18? Start the clock. How many players played for the Giants last season, including goaltenders? A, 25. B, 20. Or C, 18? 5 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, and 1. And the answer, of course, is 25. 3 goaltenders included, and that's 25 total. Question number 8. Which 2 players finished with 21 points each? Which 2 players finished with 21 points each? Was it A, Jordan Smotherman and Ben Lake? Was it B, Brian Ward and Bobby Farnham? Or was it C, Liam Reddicks and Elgin Pearce? 15 seconds to go. 2 players finished with 21 points each. Was it Smotherman and Lake? Was it Ward and Farnham? Or was it Liam Reddicks and Elgin Pearce? And the time's up, folks, for that round itself. The answer was C, Liam Reddicks and Elgin Pearce. Okay, let's go back and look at the answers again for round 2. Question number 1, the answer was Curtis Hamilton with 20 goals. Question number 2 was Jordan Smotherman with 31 assists. Question number 3, the last goal of the season was scored by David Goodwin. Question number 4, the most power play goals for the season was Liam Morgan with 6. Question number 5, shorthanded goals in total for the Giants were 7. Question number 6, the answer was Jordan Smotherman with 5 game-winning goals. Question number 7, 25 players played for the Giants last season. And question number 8, Liam Reddicks and Elgin Pearce both had 21 points each. Okay, round number 3 now, and this is based on the Giants' history. So if you're a new fan of the Giants over the last couple of years, you might need a wee bit of help with these, but we're not going to give you any help. Ask around, Google it if you've got time, but that's why we've only got 15 seconds in answering each question. So let's go to question 1 of round 3 in the Giants' history. Who was the first player to wear number 17 for the Giants? Who was the first player to wear number 17 for Belfast? A, Steve Roberts. Was it B, Jason Ruff? or was it C, Matt Pellich? Start the clock. Who wore number 17 first? Steve Roberts, Jason Ruff, or Matt Pellich? 5 seconds left. And your time is up. It's right back to the very first season. Steve Roberts played 27 games, scored 15.7 goals and 8 assists. Question number 2. Who was the first American-born player for the Giants? Who was the first American-born player? A, Sean Behrens. Was it B, Jerry Keefe? Or was it C, George Awada? Start the clock. Who was the first American to play for the Giants? A, Sean Behrens. B, Jerry Keefe. Or C, George Awada? 5 seconds left. And the answer, we've seen him a couple of times now in the last few seasons. He's been over as an assistant coach and the Friendship 4. And the answer is B, Jerry Keefe. Question number 3. What was the official attendance for the very first game at the Odyssey Arena? A, 6,500. Was it B, 7,000? Or was it C, 7,500? Start the clock. First ever game at the arena was back in December 2000 against their Scottish Eagles. A, 6,500, B, 7,000, or C, 7,500. Time's up, folks. The answer, of course, is C, 7,500. Okay, question number 4. That game with the 7,500 people from the last question, this is the next one. Who took the first ever penalty at the Odyssey? Who took the first ever penalty at the Odyssey? Was it A, Paxton Schulte? Was it B, Jason Bowen? Or was it C, Todd Kelman? Start the clock. So back in December 2000, who took the first ever penalty? 5 seconds left. Paxton Schulte, Jason Bowen, or Todd Kelman? Time's up, folks. The answer is B, Jason Bowen. Let's keep the theme going with this. Question number 5. That penalty back in the arena, which was the first penalty by Jason Bowen, but what was the penalty for? Was it for A, roughing? Was it B, for hooking? Or was it C, for tripping? Start the clock. The first penalty ever called at the arena was taken by Jason Bowen, but what was the penalty for? A, roughing, B, hooking, or C, tripping? 3 seconds left. And that's your time up, folks. It was for roughing Jason Bowen. I don't know, for fans who maybe not remember back that far, hooking and tripping, you can do as much as you want with it. You can't get away with it now. So the answer was definitely A, and that was for roughing. Let's go to question number 6. Who scored the Giants' first ever goal? Was it A, Jeff Hogue? Was it B, Paxton Schulte? Or was it C, Paul Ferrone? Start the clock. Who scored the first ever goal for the Giants? A, Jeff Hogue. B, Paxton Schulte. Or C, Paul Ferrone? You have 5 seconds left. And your time's up, folks. You might have got a bit of a trick question there because it's the first ever goal for the Giants, not the first goal in that game. The answer, of course, was Paul Ferrone. Question number 7. Who scored the Giants' first championship-winning goal? So the first championship-winning goal. A, Chad Allen. B, Rod Stevens. Or C, Kevin Real? Start the clock. Who scored the Giants' first championship-winning goal? A, Chad Allen. B, Rod Stevens. Or C, Kevin Real? All great players back then. Couple of seconds left, folks. Time's up. The answer is A, Chad Allen. Now this one is a little bit more recent. It's question number 8. During the 18-19 season, who scored the famous laptop goal? Was it A, Darcy Murphy? Was it B, Curtis Leonard? Or was it C, Blair Riley? Start the clock. The laptop goal against the Cardiff Devils back in the 18-19 season. Who can ever forget that one? But who scored the goal? A, Darcy Murphy, B, Curtis Leonard, or C, Blair Riley? Your time's up. Of course, it was Curtis Leonard. There was about an hour and a half's break to get the decision made by Tom Darnell, but it was the correct one, and the Giants ended up coming out on a 2-1 victory against the Cardiff Devils. Let's have a look at all those answers from round 3. Question number 1 of round 3. Steve Roberts was the first to wear number 17. Number 2, the answer was Jerry Keefe was the first American. Question number 3, the attendance at the arena for the first ever game was 7,500. C. Question number 4, Jason Bowen was the first person to take a penalty at the SSE Arena. See, habits, the Odyssey Arena back then. Question number 5, that penalty was called for roughing. Question number 6, Paul Ferrone scored the first ever goal for the Belfast Giants. Question number 7, the first ever championship winning goal was scored by Chad Allen. And question number 8, the famous laptop goal scored by Curtis Leonard. Well, we managed to get hold of the head coach, Adam Keefe. He's been busy in his garden over the last few weeks, and we really do appreciate his time. So we're going to have a quick chat with the head coach in between a couple of rounds here. So, Adam, how's things? How are you getting on?
Yeah, not bad. Obviously, the weather is helping in this whole situation, being at home and I guess using the time to kind of relax. And like you said, living off the land here with my garden.
Yeah, because have you got yourself a bit of a tan? Is that natural tan or is that a spray on?
Yeah, that's definitely not a spray on. You know, I'm starting to. I actually got a few sunburns, so I think that this living in Northern Ireland this long has gotten to me.
Listen, I just want to touch on last season. What was your thoughts on how the season ended, obviously with the lockdown and everything taken into consideration?
Well, I mean, it was abrupt, so it was hard to prepare for. We didn't really see it coming, I think, right up until that week leading up to that final weekend. Things started to escalate fairly quickly with all the professional leagues shutting down. So everything kind of came at us very fast. And so in the span of a week, we went from practice preparing for Nottingham to the season being over. You know, so that was tough to take. And, you know, as we reflect on it, it would have been nice to get some answers on how this team would have panned out in the rest of that season. And then also into playoffs. You know, I did like over the last month or so the fact that when we didn't have our best game, we seemed to have a bit of pushback in the third period, and we had a couple real good comebacks. And I think that's a sign of a good team when you learn to bring it back and late in the game, or just bring it back in general when you haven't had your best start to a game.
Do you think it's fair to say it was a frustrating season?
Yeah, it certainly was. It started off obviously on a high with the Champions League start that we had, and then there seemed to be a dip there with the Challenge Cup. We had some high moments throughout the season. You know, unfortunately, we couldn't string any momentum together and to get on a run. And ultimately, in this league, to win the league championship, you need to get on a run and put yourself right in the mix. Now, with all that being said, you know, we had 6 games left, and anything still could have happened, as we've seen in previous years. So we wanted that chance to see where we could have taken it.
Switching from your Giants head to your Team GB head itself, disappointing again with the correct decision being made, obviously, but disappointing not being able to go and compete in Switzerland this year after a fantastic effort in the previous season over in Slovakia.
Yeah, it was. I think we were all looking forward to getting Switzerland. Obviously a bit more expensive there, but a real nice country that I've heard nothing but great things about. So it would have been nice to experience that. But not just obviously for, I guess, the country, but just for the players in general to get back there and experience it again with having that valuable experience that they had last season. I anticipate that they would be better for it this year, and also for maybe some of the new players that may have had that new experience this year that made the team, or for guys just fighting to make that team. They didn't get that chance, and so those things suck for the players and for the management and staff. But obviously we could see it coming, and obviously everybody's health is most important. So we just look forward to whatever it takes us to next season.
Next season, again, we know that there's no definitive answer. There's no, crystal ball to find out exactly what's going to happen. But I'm assuming you haven't just done nothing for next season. I'm assuming you're still, you're looking out for players, and you're looking at resumes, and you're seeing how you can plan for next year, even though it is the position you're in.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of unknowns still, and I think that's just, general public. There's a lot of unknowns. I guess we're all waiting on word from the government on specific, regulations and stuff that may come our way. But for us, for me and the coaching staff and Steve, business as usual in the recruitment department in terms of identifying and contacting players that we feel would be a good fit here in Belfast. Obviously, there's been a lot of obstacles to navigate ourselves around this summer, but we're doing our best with the knowledge that we have and to identify players that we feel will make us a better team next season. And that's still a work in progress as it stands. And again, as more information comes in, we can really put our plan into action. And I think in general, the players are just as in the dark as some teams in terms of everything that's happening just across the world. So, we're just doing our best right now to build some lists and make sure that when the time comes, we make those signings. And obviously we've been proactive with some of our returning players and our British players.
Adam, listen, I really do appreciate your time. I know you're busy growing your tomatoes and what have you. So thanks for taking the time to speak to us tonight, and take care of yourself.
I actually don't have tomatoes, potatoes.
Same thing, mate. You're going to start selling them? Or is that what you're grooming them for, or is it just all self-grown for?
You're going to have to wait till August to find out, I suppose. They've still got a long way to go before they're ready for harvest.
Perfect, mate. Listen, take care of yourself. We'll speak to you soon.
All right, take care, guys. Take care.
Well, we're taking another wee break here, and we're getting a chance to speak to one of my good mates. He's not doing up to much at the minute, but he's certainly enjoying the break. Jason Toff, Ellery. Toff, how's things?
Not too bad. Quite boring, but enjoying the weather and a couple of deliveries. So yeah, no, it's been a tough 11 weeks here, but it is what it is, and we got to get on with it.
It's obviously last season ending so abruptly, and it ended abruptly for everybody, including yourself, because your end of season is it's probably one of your busiest times of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Get to the Final Four. Once the Final Four is finished, it's drive back to Belfast on that Sunday night. Get in early in the morning, unpack all the gear, sort out which is ours and which is the players, and then basically it's a quick turnaround to leave on Tuesday to go to national team.
And the national team, that would have been something that I'm sure you and everybody else would have been looking forward to. And Pool A, playing the top teams in the world again, winning the year before in Slovakia, but unfortunately, again, the right decision being made for safety and concern for everyone.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think everybody was excited to go to Switzerland and rub shoulders with the best in the world again. As you said, the right decision was made, but you know what? It would have been. I don't think they would have topped last year. Come to the last game and to win in overtime, being 3-0 down as well. But you know, it would have been nice to be there again. I think, you know, with the team we have, I think we could have, you know, squeaked another win, you know.
You and I have talked about this before, and you've been involved in the GB setup for a long time now, and you've used the word family an awful lot to me, and that's exactly the way you see that group of players.
Oh, it is like, and I've seen a lot of them players grow up, you know, especially in Cardiff, you know, with John Phillips, Matthew Myers, Ben Davis, you know, Mark Richardson, and, you know, them type of guys coming through the system. And, you know, it's a family mentality. It is, you know, and I said last year, like, the likes of Robert Lakovic, Robert Farmer, they didn't have seasons, you know. There's other players on the other teams that didn't have seasons that, you know, you thought would have done well, but once they come to the national team, honestly, they put that jersey on and it's just different. It's just a different feeling.
You look at, obviously, the Giants last season, everything being cut short for everybody, not just for Belfast, but for everybody. It was, on the ice, it was a bit of a frustrating season, I think it's fair to say, for everybody. Just couldn't get any momentum and any consistency together on a regular basis. Yeah. No, it was a shame, really, because we had strung maybe 4 or 5 weekends, you know, winning 2 games on a weekend, we'd be up there. You know, we weren't that far behind coming into that last weekend, and the last 6 games, you know, anyone could have won that league. You know, to be honest, I think I think it would have been tough for us, but I still think that Nottingham, Coventry, I think they could have pushed Cardiff all the way. You know, you look at Cardiff's record against them teams, and they had 8 games in a short space of time. You know, it could have come down to them last 2 games against Sheffield and I think it was Coventry or us. Well, we all know what happened the year before against Coventry.
Exactly. You know,
don't want to bring that up too much. You know.
Yeah. I think it was Coventry. I think it was us or Coventry at the last 2 games or something in Sheffield on the last night in Sheffield. So I still think any of them teams could have won it. Next season, I know obviously it's difficult the way you are now, but what's your view on next year? Basically, we all need to be safe. You know, it's a horrible time right now. You know, I find it really hard, you know, self-isolating on your own, but we all need to keep safe. And but I think my gut feeling, I don't think there'll be a Challenge Cup this year. Just a gut feeling. Season will be it'll just be a league season plus the playoffs. But you know, October's penciled in. You know, we're still a long way away from October. Even September, you know, we're still like 3-4 months away. So I still think we could, you know, we may have crowds in, you know, a certain number. I don't think it'll be, you know, your 5,000, your 6,000, it'll maybe 3,000. But who knows? I haven't really spoken to anybody about it. You know, look at the football now; they're playing behind closed doors, you know, and their next season doesn't start until August. You know, I think they could have crowds in there by then. You know. What about the haircut situation? Oh, please don't. Have you got to the stage where you're cutting your own yet? No, I haven't cut my own hair. No, I've had a week trim of jazz on the back, but yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice. Jason, this really. What's that? I wake up in the morning, I'm tucking the hair behind my ears. You can see it there, like, you know, it's a bit blowy, a bit like yours was for the day. Yeah, get your grey ones out of the way. It'll be all right, man. Listen, top man as per always. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us tonight. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, man. Okay, folks, we heard from Jason Taaffe earlier there, and we're going to let him stick around here a bit because he's helped us out do a round of questions, and they're all about him, and they're all about what he does on a daily basis. A lot of people don't realise, you know, he's the first guy into the rink, he's the last guy out, and to help us along to do a little bit of a fun round and get an insight into what Taaffe goes through on a game day or on a lead up to a game day. We're going to get him to help us out with this round of questions. So, Jason, give us your first question. First question is, on a game day, how many loads of laundry is washed and dried?
Okay, so on a game day, how many loads of laundry is washed and dry? I'll give you the 3 possible answers. We'll give you 15 seconds as per normal, and then Jason's going to give you the answer. So, A, 10 loads of washing. B, is it 15, or is it C, 20? You have 15 seconds on the clock. How many loads of washing does Taff do on a game day? One day, 10, 15, or 20. You have 5 seconds left. Okay, your time's up. Jason, what's your answer?
15.
15? Well, I'd be lucky if I do 15 in a month in my house. Question number 2. Over to you, Taff.
During the season, how many pucks do you think the Giants go through?
How many pucks do the Giants go through during a season? 3 possible answers. A, 1,400. B, 1,500. Or C, 1,600. 15 seconds. During the season, the Giants go through a lot of pucks. People get to take them away with them. They go up into the crowd. And is it 1,400, 1,500, or 1,600? 3 seconds left. Okay, time's up. Jason, what's the answer?
1,400.
1,400 pucks per season. Let's get question 3, please.
Question 3. Which player has the biggest skates on the team?
Question 3. 3 possible answers. Is it A, Matt Pellich? Is it B, Ryan Lowney? Or is it C, Kevin Rain? 3 possible answers, 15 seconds. Pellich, Lowney, or Rain? We'll give you a bit of a hand there. Like, who's got the biggest skates on the team? 5 seconds left. Is it Pellich, Lowney, or Rain? Time's up. Taff.
Kevin Rain.
What size?
I think he's 10 3/4, I think.
Question number 4, please.
Question number 4. On average, how many pots of coffee do we go through on a game day?
How many pots of coffee, not cups, pots of coffee? Just clarify, yep. Okay, is it 20? Is it 30? Or is it 40? Clock starts now. How many pots of coffee do the boys go through on a game day, an average game day? How many does Adam drink in his own?
Wouldn't know, he's got his own machine.
This is just the players in. 3 seconds left. Okay, folks, your time's up. Taff.
The answer is 20.
20 pots of coffee. That's a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Do you still make it yourself, or is it left for everybody else to muck in?
I probably make most of it.
Unreal. Question number 5. Over to you.
Which player used the most sticks on the team this year?
Which player used the most sticks on the team in the season just passed, so 1920? Is it A, Curtis Hamilton, B, Liam Reddix, or C, Ben Lake? 15 seconds starts now. Who used the most sticks last season? Hamilton, Reddix, or Lake? 5 seconds remaining. And we're done. Taff, what's the answer?
The answer is Curtis Hamilton.
Any idea how many?
At least 50.
At least 50. My goodness me. Question 6. Let's get it.
Okay. How long does it take me to pack 22 player kit bags for a road trip?
How long does it take Taff to pack 22 players' kit bags for a road trip? 17 minutes is A. B is 48 minutes. Or C is 92 minutes. So every player, how long do you think it takes? Start the clock. 22 players, sets of gear, to pack them all. Is it 17 minutes, 48 minutes, or 92 minutes? You have 5 seconds left. Okay, your time's up. Jason.
And the answer is 48 minutes.
48 minutes. So that's just over 2 minutes per player.
Yeah.
You're a machine.
If it wasn't for goalies, it'd be a bit less.
Okay, let's go for question 7.
How many sets of steel blades does a player go through in a season?
Okay, so the blade is the little bit at the bottom of the skate, the plastic bit in the skate, and they can be taken off and put back on pretty quickly now, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so sets of blades, A, 2, B is 4, or C, 6, 15 seconds. How many sets of blades does each player go through in a season? 2, 4, or 6? It must be a lot easier for you now to do it with the little button instead of having to take the whole tuck off.
Yeah, it's like a Formula One tire change, you know.
Time's up. How long would it take you to do a tuck? If you took the whole rubber, take the whole sole off, how long does it take you to do that?
It took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes to take.
Is there any players that still use the old blades?
No, nobody. Nobody, no.
Okay, what's the answer?
The answer is 4.
4. 4 sets of blades per season.
Yeah.
Okay, so question 8 in Taft's teasers round. What's the answer? Sorry, hold on. Tell us the question first.
Question is, which player drinks Frenchie's mustard during period breaks?
3 answers. Mark Garside, Bobby Farnham, or Kevin Rain. 15 seconds, please. Which player drinks Frenchie's mustard during period breaks? Is it Garside, Farnham, or Rain? 5 seconds left. All right. I don't even want to ask why, but I'm going to have to. First, tell us the answer.
The answer is C, Kevin Rain. And the reason why he drinks it, it's like an electrolyte. It's got everything in it, like salts and stuff like that, and it stops cramping in the muscles because they lose so much water during a game. It helps them hydrate, stop the cramping in the muscles.
He must use it through his hair.
Oh yeah, have you seen that colour? Oh,
hold on here. Does he put a colour in his hair as well, man?
Oh, I've seen Finn McCall, yellow. You know, it's mustard.
Haven't seen that bit, mate. We'll have to make sure we keep an eye on that then. All right, Jason, listen, we really appreciate your time for joining us. And again, eight questions into a normal day or a normal season for you as well. It's all those wee things that add up, and we know you're an absolute legend. So thanks very much for your time, mate.
Cheers, mate. Stay safe.
Okay, folks, round 5 now. These are all based on hockey. In general, it could be anything at all. So let's get stuck in. Question number 1 of round 5. How much does a puck weigh in ounces? How much does it weigh? A, 2 ounces. B, 6 ounces. Or C, 10 ounces. You have 15 seconds starting now. How much does a puck weigh? 2 ounces, 6 ounces, or 10 ounces? 5 seconds left, folks. How much does a puck weigh? Time's up. The answer, of course, is B, 6 ounces. Question number 2. Approximately how thick is the ice? Is it A, 3/4 of an inch? Is it B, 1.5 inches? Or is it C, 3 inches? 15 seconds starting now. How thick is the ice? Approximately 3/4 of an inch? Is it B, 1.5 inches? Or is it C, 3 inches? You have 5 seconds left. Time's up. 3/4 of an inch is the correct answer for that. So if you got A, you definitely got the right answer. Round 5, question 3. What are the dimensions of an Olympic size rink in meters? What are the dimensions of an Olympic size rink? Is it 10 meters by 20 meters, 30 meters by 60 meters, or 50 meters by 40 meters? Your clock starts now. Dimensions of an Olympic size rink: 10 meters by 20 meters, 30 meters by 60 meters, or is it 50 meters by 40 meters? It's an easy answer, this one. Your time's up. Of course, it's B, 30 meters by 60 meters. 50 by 40 was a bit of a square. Well, not far off a square. Let you off that one. Question number 4. How many people are on the ice at the start of a game? How many people are on the ice at the start of a game? Is it A, 6? Is it B, 12? Or is it C, 16? 15 seconds on the clock, please. How many people are on the ice at the start of a game? A, 6, B, 12, or C, 16? You have 5 seconds left. Okay, your time's up, folks. It's 16 people are on the ice at the start of an ice hockey match. 12 players, 6 on each side, and 4 officials, 2 refs, and 2 linesmen. Okay, question number 5. Where was the first indoor ice hockey game played? Was it A, Montreal? Was it B, Edinburgh? Or was it C, London? You have 15 seconds starting now. Where was the first indoor hockey played? Montreal, Edinburgh, or London? You might think it's a trick question. Time's up. It's A, Montreal. Question number 6. How many face-off dots are there on the ice? A, 4, B, 5, or C, 9? Start the clock. How many face-off dots are there on the ice? A, 4, B, 5, or C, 9? You have 5 seconds left. Okay, folks, your time's up. It is, of course, 9. There's 4 down each side, and then there's the one at center ice. Question number 7. When was the last game played when a goalie didn't wear a mask? So I know some people are maybe not old enough to remember this, but believe it or not, these lunatics did not wear masks long time ago when they were doing nets. Was it A, 1974? Was it B, 1976? Or C, 1978? Start the clock with 15 seconds. When was the last time that a goalie didn't wear a mask? What year? Was it A, 1974? Was it B, 1976? Or was it C, 1978? Okay, time's up, folks. The answer, of course, was A, 1974. Question number 8. What is the size of a standard hockey net in inches? What is the size of a standard hockey net in inches? Is it A, 50 by 50? Is it B, 72 by 48? Or is it C, 60 by 52? 15 seconds to go. What is the size of a standard hockey net? 50 by 50, 72 by 48, or 60 by 52? 3 seconds left. And your time's up for round 5, folks. The answer, of course, is B, 72 by 48 inches. Okay, round 5, let's do a recap of the answers. Question number 1, the answer was B, 6 ounces. Question number 2, the answer was 3/4 of an inch, that's C. Question number 3, B again, 30 meters by 60 meters, it's the size of an Olympic rink. Question number 4, 16 people are on the ice at the start of a hockey match. Question number 5, Montreal. Question number 6 was C, 9. Question number 7 is 1974. And question number 8 was B again, 72 inches by 48 inches. Let's move on to round 6. Now, round 6 is based on the Giants' history, with a little bit of fun put into it as well. So you'll see how we get along and pick it up, and we'll see how each person does. Question number 1. How many games did Graham Walton play for the Giants? How many games did Graham Walton play for Belfast? Was it A, 584? Was it B, 263? Or was it C, 639? Start the clock. 15 seconds starting now. Graham Walton, local boy, played a lot of games. Was it A, though, 584? Or was it B, 263? Or was it C, 639? That'll be quick. because your time's up. It was A, 584 games. Currently sits second at all time behind Colin Shields. Question 2. Might have heard of this guy before. What size are Adam Keefe's skates? What size are Adam Keefe's skates? Is it A, 10.5? Is it B, 8.5? Or is it C, 7.5? Start the clock. Adam Keefe played a wee bit, and now he obviously coaches. Is he size 10.5, size 8.5, or size 7.5? You have 5 seconds. Okay, folks, time up. It is, of course, C, 7.5. Question number 3. What did Craig Kowalski blame on Robbie Sandrock's 180-foot goal? Craig Kowalski is obviously the Nottingham Panthers goaltender, but what did he blame on the 180-foot goal that he scored? Is it A, the glare from the lights? Was it B, the ice was too white? Or was it C, the blue seats in the arena? Start the clock. Craig Kowalski, great goaltender for the Nottingham Panthers. What did he blame when he conceded Robbie Sandrock's goal from about 180 feet? Was it A, the glare from the lights, B, the ice was too white, or C, the seats in the arena? Time's up. It was C, the blue seats in the arena. Question number 4. What are the names of Colin Shields' dogs? Is it A, Bill and Ben? Is it B, Norman and Richard? Or is it C, Ant and Dec? Start the clock. Colin Shields' 2 dogs. Bill and Ben, Norman and Richard, or Ant and Dec? 5 seconds left, folks. Colin Shields' dogs. Time's up. And of course, the answer is B, Norman and Richard. Question number 5. Steve Thornton, he's now the head of hockey operations. He used to play a bit back in his day, but what length was Steve Thornton's stick in inches? What length was his stick in inches? Was it A, 49? Was it B, 22? Or was it C, 34? You have 15 seconds. What length was Steve Thornton's stick when he played? 49, 22, or 34 inches? 5 seconds remaining. Your time is up. The answer, of course, is 49 inches. For those of you who didn't get to see him play, he was very, very good at stick handling. Very, very good at stick handling. Question number 6. Rob Stewart's son played in the Youth Olympics in January. But what was his name? Is it A, Mac? Is it B, Carter? Or is it C, Kel? Start the clock. Rob Stewart's son played in the Youth Olympics out in Switzerland in January. Is it Mac? Is it Carter? Or is it Kel? You have 5 seconds left. Time flies when you're having fun. Time's up, folks. It is, of course, A, Mac. Question number 7. What height is Mark the Motrin Morrison? Is he 5'5"? Is he 5'8.5"? Or is he 6 foot? Start the clock. Mark the Motrin Morrison, local hero, 399 games for Belfast. But is he 5'5", 5'8.5", or is he 6 foot tall? I'll give you a clue. There's no way he's 6 foot tall. Your time's up. It is 5'8.5", of course. Sorry, Mark. And question number 8, the last question in round 6. What is Matt Toe's favourite coffee? Is it A, an Americano? Is it B, flat white? Or is it C, a cortado with no sugar? Start the clock. Matt Toe, what is his favourite coffee? Is it A, Americano, B, a flat white, or C, a cortado with no sugar? Scored the winning goal in the 2017 Challenge Cup final. What did he celebrate with? Your time's up. He celebrated with a cortado, C, and no sugar. That is his favourite coffee. Okay, let's do a recap of round 6 answers. Starting at number 1, Graham Walton, 584 games. 584 is the answer. Question 2, 7.5. That's the size of Adam Keefe's feet. Skates, my apologies. Question 3, blue seats in the arena. That's the excuse that came out of Craig Kowalski after he conceded a goal from about 180 feet. Question number 4, Norman and Richard. That's the name of Colin Shields' dogs. Question number 5, Steve Thornton's stick was 49 inches. Question 6, the answer is Mac. That's the son of Rob Stewart. Question 7, 5'8.5" is Mark Morrison. And question 8, Matt Toe's favourite coffee is Cardado with no sugar. Okay, folks, we're in our last round now, round 7, and we're going to take it global. We're going to go to the NHL. So hopefully you've watched a lot of hockey and you've got a little bit of knowledge from the NHL. So let's go for question 1 of round 7. Which player was the number two draft pick last season? Which player was the number 2 draft pick last season? Is it A, Kaapo Kakko? Was it B, Jack Hughes? Or was it C, Kirby Dach? Start the clock now. Who was drafted second last season in the NHL? A, Kaapo Kakko? Was it B, Jack Hughes? Or was it C, Kirby Dach? You have 5 seconds left. Your time is up. The answer is A, Kaapo Kakko, drafted by the New York Rangers. Okay, question number 2. Which player led the NHL in points when the league was stopped due to lockdown? A, Connor McDavid. B, David Pastrnak. Or C, Leon Draisaitl. 15 seconds, start now. Which player led the NHL in points at the lockdown? Was it A, Connor McDavid, B, David Pastrnak, or C, Leon Draisaitl? I'll give you a clue. It was 110 points. Okay, your time's up. It was the Edmonton Oilers, Leon Draisaitl. 110 points. German-born international, first time ever a German has led the NHL in points at the end of the season. Question number 3. Gordie Howe holds the record for most regular season games played. But who holds the record for most games played, including playoffs? Is it A, Mario Lemieux? Is it B, Mark Messier? Or is it C, Wayne Gretzky? Start the clock. Gordie Howe holds the record for most regular season games played, but who holds the record including playoff games? 5 seconds left. Okay, your time's up. The answer, of course, is Mark Messier. Question number 4. Colin Shields was drafted in the 6th round of the 2000 NHL draft. But who was drafted 10 places after him? Was it A, Ilya Bryzgalov? Was it B, Henrik Lundqvist? Or was it C, Scott Hartnell? Start the clock. Colin Shields, a 6th round draft pick in 2000. Who was drafted 10 places after him? 5 seconds left. Was it A, Bryzgalov, B, Henrik Lundqvist, or C, Scott Hartnell? Your time's up. It is, of course, Henrik Lundqvist, round 7, 205th, and he will go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. There's absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever. Upon lifting the Stanley Cup in 2018 for the Washington Capitals, Alex Ovechkin handed the trophy off to who? Was it A, Nicholas Backstrom, B, Braden Holtby, or C, TJ Oshie? Start the clock. Ovechkin handed the trophy to who? The Stanley Cup, raised above his head, and he handed it off to Backstrom, Holtby, or TJ Oshie. 3 seconds left. Okay, time up, folks. He handed it to his assistant captain, Nicholas Backstrom. Question number 6. Where was the 2020 NHL All-Star Game played? Was it A, in Los Angeles? Was it B, in Boston? Or was it C, in St. Louis? Start the clock. 2020 NHL game, where was it played? LA, Boston, or St. Louis? You have 5 seconds left. Okay, folks, stop the clock. The answer, of course, is St. Louis. Question 6, St. Louis. Question number 7. How many players played in the NHL during the 18-19 season? How many players played in the NHL during the 18-19 season? Was it A, 903? Was it B, 754? Or was it C, 893? Start the clock. How many players played in the NHL in the season 2018-2019? A, 903, B, 754, or C, 893? Time's up. 903 players played in the NHL in the 18-19 season. And the last question that we have tonight for you. Round 7, question 8. Which player holds the record for the most Stanley Cup wins as a player? Which player holds the record for the most Stanley Cup wins? Is it A, Maurice Richard? Was it B, Jean Beliveau? Or was it C, Henri Richard? Start the clock. Which player holds the record for most Stanley Cup wins? A, Maurice Richard, my apologies. Was it B, Jean Beliveau? Or was it C, Henri Richard? Stop the clock. 15 seconds. Last question. Montreal players, all of them. But who got the right answer? The right answer is Henri Richard with 11 Stanley Cups. Absolutely incredible. 11 Stanley Cups. All right, folks. Round 7, the NHL. Let's get the answers rounded up for you to confirm who's right and who's wrong. Question 1, Kaapo Kakko is the answer. He was drafted second last season. Leon Draisaitl is the answer to number 2. He won the NHL scoring record with 110 points when the season went into lockdown. Question 3, Mark Messier played the most games, including playoffs, throughout the history of the NHL. Question 4 was Henrik Lundqvist, round 7, 205th position, which was 10 after Colin Shields back in 2000 NHL entry draft. Question 5, Ovechkin handed the trophy to Nicholas Backstrom. Question 6, 2020 NHL game, the All-Star game, was held in St. Louis. Question 7, 903 players played in the NHL in the 18-19 season. And Henri Richard was the answer to question number 8. He played for the Montreal Canadiens and he won 11 Stanley Cups. His name is the record for all-time Stanley Cups as a player. Okay, folks, listen, I really appreciate your time here tonight for joining us. Hopefully you had a bit of fun. I enjoyed myself. Thanks to all the boys who joined us tonight. We really do appreciate their time. The most important thing is if you're all keeping safe at home, we hope to see you soon. We don't know what's going to happen in the near future. We don't know what's going to happen down the line. But make sure you follow the guidelines that are set out by the government. You're still washing your hands, which is vitally important. And again, we all know we all love the chance. So see you all again soon.